Hey everyone, the Divine Miss Ash here. And now that things are going back to normal, not at all normal, kids are going to be schooling here in the room beside me and all of that, it's time to get back into a routine. And so one of the things that I really wanted to make sure that I did is show up here on YouTube. But also I am branching out, you guys. I am starting a Patreon page. It is launching September 1st, and what I've decided, what I've kind of finally admitted to myself is I am just not the person who can show up the same way every single day. I can't promise you that every day we're going to have the exact same format of reading or the exact same format of card posts or all of this. And so on my Patreon for $3 a month, I am promising 4 days a week that you will receive some sort of intuitive collective guidance. It could be a reading like this. It can be a picture post. It will likely be picture posts more often than not. And then as we start getting into the higher Patreons later into the year and into next year, we'll be doing more video stuff, more one-on-one stuff. But it just felt that this was the perfect time to sit in my closet with my closet light on and to pull some cards for the week ahead. So here, lawn's getting mowed out back, just all sorts of fun stuff going on. Why deny us this going with the flow spontaneity? So let's look at some themes for our week that are coming our way over the next 7 days. Really kind of 6 days, but that one wanted to flip. So we have conflict. There is a great struggle at the root of this situation. Whether the struggle be internal or external, it is time to find solutions through peaceful interactions, honest communication, and realistic expectations. Then we get flow. Give up control and stop trying to force life. Life is meant to be an easy, natural flow of events. Trust in the flow and let go. You will always end up where you are meant to be. So here are 2 themes, and I will kind of, with the posts that have been coming in the last 2 days, we were getting that 5 of Wands energy. We're getting this kind of conflict energy. And it's all around decisions. It's all around this energy that we are trying to make decisions to take us back to the past, to get us what we had in the past, to get us what we know. But to be moving forward, we need to be making decisions for newness, for our future. We cannot keep making decisions trying to get something back, or trying to hold on to something that is no longer present in our lives. And so I feel like this theme is continuing for this week, this conflict. And the way that we shift out of that is flow. It is giving up control. It is stopping to trying to force life. Intentions mean nothing without a decision, without action. You can just sit there and you can intend for life to happen, to make more money, to get a new job, to have a new partner, and all of these things. But my favorite example, and I did this, you guys, it would have been in 2009. I was trying to get a new teaching job, and I was so frustrated because why wasn't I getting a teaching job? You guys, I didn't apply for new jobs. I literally thought the universe was just going to slap me across the face with a new teaching job. And I hadn't applied for one. So I was like, I have to make this decision. I had to go talk to my principal, tell her I was planning on leaving, fix up my resume, get recommendations, do all of that stuff. I applied to 32 positions. I got one interview, and it turned out to be the school that I so wanted to be at. It was where I went to school. I loved that town. I loved that energy. I loved that school. But my intention was to get a new job, but my action wasn't showing that. And that's what this is saying. This is saying that you may have all of these intentions. You guys, and I want to talk about manifesting real quick too. I don't think I believe in manifestation the way that most of the world does, and I have taken courses on it. I've done all of this. But to me, manifestation, I think people think if I align my thoughts to it, I'm going to just create something out of thin air. And to me, what manifestation is living in alignment with your truth and who you really are. It's making decisions and taking actions on your true north, on your heart compass, and living in that way. And when you live aligned to who you are going to naturally have opportunities and possibilities come to you that are aligned to that energy because you're in the flow. And so this is also a week for us to get out of that conflicted energy where we say, no, I'm just going to manifest this, but not do the alignment work, not admit who I am. Not, if you know what you're going for, why are you just trying to make that magically happen? Why aren't you just living what you're going for, living you? So let's go ahead and pull some cards in these energies just to look at the week ahead. So conflict. What might we find in conflicting energies this week as we move forward into September? We have the Page of Cups, wander into the depths of your soul. We have Knight of Wands, dive into your passions. And we have Judgment, let the light within guide you. This is the True North Collective Tarot Project. So, Page of Cups, wander into the depths of your soul. It is emotions because cups is water. It's water signs. Water is a symbol for emotions. And we have dive into your passions. And despite this being a wands card, we still have water here. And then we have judgment. Let the light within guide you. You know how when you pass away, people are like, go into the light. Let that light that's in you be the light you go into. This is where we might find conflict. Because you are going to, should you choose to accept this mission, you are going to dive into your soul this week. And what you may find is that the life that you are currently living, the things you are currently going after, you might not find in there. And it's going to make this struggle happen. Now, remember this, struggle is not necessary. Challenge, we all have challenges. We need challenges because that is what we learn from. This is how we learn, challenge. Struggle means resisting the challenge, resisting what you are learning and what you are seeing. So if there's conflict, it's because you are being presented with what's really inside of you, that light, that passion that's really pushing you, and you're resisting it because you know it's going to make you change. It means you have to make a decision. It means that you're going to have to go into the unknown, into the unknown, into the unknown. This feels like an opportunity for rebirth, which is a beautiful thing. It's an opportunity to live from your light, to live from your passion, to live from your soul. And so if this week you feel conflict, it's either because your outside world isn't in alignment with what's truly in here, or it's that you are trying to force your inside, your truth, your heart, to look like what's around you because you are too frightened of changing your 3D and trying to convince yourself that what you have in the 3D is what you need and who you are and where you're going. Sorry, not sorry. So now let's look at the flow energies. Giving up control. Stop trying to force things. What is this flow energy about us for the week? This is Earthside Divine Tarot. This is my newest release. It is an exclusive deck. I only have about 40 copies left. All right, flow. What are the flow energies? We have the Wheel. We have the Six of Swords. And we have the 10 of Wands. Underlying energy, Judgment. So we have Judgment in both places here. Basically, you can flow into your resurrection. You can flow and live from your light and heart space, or you can resist it, which is going to create conflict and struggle. We have that option. And you know what? At the end of the week, this week, maybe you can look back at this and go, which one did I do? Or, yay! Depending. So what are we flowing with? We are flowing with change. Flip of a coin. He has that 4-leaf clover in his hand. We have things turning. We have things moving. We have the water currents changing. We have the stars moving. Something's shifting, something's changing, but I'm feeling like it's this gear. It's got to click into place. And that conflict, that resistance is that those gears are kind of stuck and they need a little bit of that oil, oil from Wizard of Oz. And once you finally get into that, okay, any bike riders out there, when you're shifting your gears and you get that like the cha-chunk noise, and then finally it gets smooth again. We are clicking into a new gear. If we flow, if we allow ourselves to make decisions for our future, for change, for our light, we move into the 6 of Swords energy. And 6 is all of this is about balancing the mind, body, and soul, but the 6 of Swords is also about smoother waters, brighter futures, calm waters that you can easily reflect into, not needing and being addicted to the chaos and the constant confusion and doubt. And then we have 10 of Wands. Expectations, hardships, too much weight needs to let go. There's a sign on her bag here that says caution, heavy. She's sitting here feeling all the pressure, all the weight of her family, of all the baggage she has carried, of all the hats she has worn. And she has the option to put the bag down. For some of you, the staircase, which when I created this deck, it was more about like this is a staircase to ascension, and you can't get there unless you stop trying to meet everybody else's expectations and you put down the baggage. But this to me is also saying this path isn't an option anymore. That whole like trying to convince myself that what I have is what I really need and who I really am thing, it's not working. It's too heavy. And so we can flow into this change and we can have smoother waters if you're willing to put down the fear of what everybody else is going to think and say when you let go. Guess what happens when you stop trying to swim up current and you turn around? You float. And now, if you're swimming up the stream, if you're swimming up the river, eventually if you go far enough, you're going to reach the top of a mountain where rain falls and is being gathered into a tiny little trickle that eventually forms that stream. So if you're going to swim upriver, you are limiting yourself to this tiny little moment, this tiny little space of where the rain gathers, where the river starts. But if you float and you let the current take you, you're going to be moved to a bay, to an ocean, which is infinite, which is unending. So why are you trying so hard to swim backwards when your future and your light can be achieved by floating with no effort? So that is what to think about, to move with, to decide with this week. I hope that this resonates. Sending you all my love and strength for this week ahead, and I think that's it. See you on Patreon, hopefully, or Instagram at Channeling the Sireness.